Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike KOLLIN at crackedfemalecode.com. Today we're going to talk about something that women go through. I'm going to help you to understand how their emotional right brain is wired and why they do something that can seemingly be hurtful but isn't done to hurt you. It's when they pull away when things are really good. And I'm going to tell you what you can do to help this. The music will go down in about 5 seconds. Women are emotional creatures, and this is why we love them. This is why we're so attracted to them, because they pull us into our emotions. Now, a lot of men may not realize consciously or even admit the reason why we are so drawn to women is because women are so, maybe not every moment of every day, but they're so emotionally grounded. They're so connected to themselves. Now, this is right brain language that a guy's going, what are you talking about, emotionally grounded, connected? I'm going to be really upfront. I'm going to cut to the chase. It's going to be a little bit sex education here. But when a man makes love to a woman physically, what happens is it opens him up to his heart center, his emotions, his feelings, which opens up to his right brain, which means he's processing through his 5 senses, which means the nerves that connect to every part of his body. So now he's inside his body, his feet, his arms, his legs, his chest, his belly. He's feeling life. This is why men want to make love, because we get stuck in our head. It's very frustrating, and we have an orgasm. There's a few chemicals. Oxytocin is one of the main ones, adrenaline, and there's 2 other ones which I always forget, but they're released into our system, and they help us to relax, and all of a sudden our muscles relax, we breathe deep, and we just feel really good. Now here's the deal. We are now in the same place where a woman is, where a lot of men make fun of, oh, women are so emotional, women are this, and the funny thing is, but that's where you yearn to be on an, I want to say unconscious level, but because I don't think most men are very conscious of, well, why do we want to have sex so bad? Because of the feeling that we get after we complete it. It's that emotional relaxation. It just feels so good. There's no worries. There's no tension. The tension completely releases and lets go. And now our body feels better. Now, I'm going to share a little information I've shared in the past to set this up. So one thing you need to understand are men or boys are born using the left brain. It's just our natural state of being, okay? When we're younger, before we get our testosterone jolt, or when it kicks in during puberty, boys for the most part are left and right brain. But once we get that puberty kick, all of a sudden, we become very left brain creatures. Not only that, but at birth, our logic, our left brain, it's our home. It's what we consider life. It's what we use. It's our default system to deal with life on every level. Well, women are born using the left and right brain, but when it comes right down to it, they default to their emotional 5 senses right brain system. This is how they perceive the world, experience the world. This is the way they deal with things. Sure, they're logical, but they go back and forth. But their home is their right brain, and this is really important to understand. So what is this video about? This video is to clarify, why do women pull away? Now, a lot of men will think, oh, they're just trying to hurt me, they're playing games, or all that kind of stuff, when there is a time when women pull away. They're not trying to hurt you at all. They're definitely not playing mind games at all. But it seems like it, and it hurts really bad. Now, this happened to me last year with a young lady I was beginning to really, really like. And I would say that I'm fortunate and blessed that something happened, that it happened within 3 months' time versus going into like a year or longer, because that would have been really hard to deal with. In fact, it still was very hard to deal with. And it hurt really bad. So one thing I noticed about her, and this is something that, when you take my course, I'm going to teach you how to tune in. to come from your five senses, to have awareness. Now, what do you mean, Mike? Most men are completely, absolutely, when I say most men, I mean 85 to 93% of men on the planet are completely oblivious to her and her emotions, and really her emotional state and where she's at in the moment. Because the left logical brain has nothing to do with being in the present moment. It doesn't care about that. It's all about future, looking in the past, looking in the future. It has nothing to do with being in the now. Well, the problem is you can't see where a woman's at in the moment when you're in your logical brain. It's not physically possible. It's not neurologically possible. This is why it's so important to bring men back into themselves, because boom, now you're connected to your power. The problem with being Mr. Logical is you're disconnected from your physical, emotional, and energetic power, which people respect, even in business and sales, etc., etc. When you can notice where a person's at, let's say you're a salesman, you can be like, yeah, this isn't working. They're actually getting pissed off. But otherwise, you're going to keep going on and on and on. They're like, you know, buddy, fuck off. I'm out of here. And you're like, whoa, what are they so mad about? Well, you completely missed all the signs. There's a real power in being in the present moment. In fact, the men that get ahead in life, yeah, they're in the right brain. So because I was tuned in, very aware of her and where she's at in the moment, very much every time we met, I became very aware, fairly quickly, like, wow, she's an overthinker. Like, wow, she's got... And so on the one hand, she had this facade of I'm tough, because she now here's the deal. Without her telling me, I was like, oh, she's been hurt a lot. Like, this is someone who's been damaged, and probably from her family, her mother, her parents, and probably dating boys, you know, guys. And I realized that she overthinks every thought, every movement, every decision, and that can cause a lot of problems. So it can cause her life to be even much more rocky. But what happened was she got hurt so bad emotionally, she disconnected from her emotions, and now she's in her brain thinking, when that's not her natural state. She did it out of defense, out of protection, and it was such an unconscious pattern because she's been doing it for so long at that point that that's just where she was at. And to get her to open up emotionally would have been a really big task. Well, that's exactly what happened. Now, I didn't see it as a task. I thought, no, I'm just going to let her be in her space. And there's a technique or a series of techniques called internal awareness and grounding techniques where I'll teach you how to do this, where you just allow them to be in their own space. Nothing will make a woman feel more comfortable with you than this. So she began to start opening up over a period of time. And again, there's no push on my side, just me being in my own awareness, my own being emotionally grounded. And so she started to open up. Well, here's the problem that happens with women that have been closed up for so long when they start to open up. They've been hurt before, and now they're remembering why they didn't open up for so many years. Okay, there's one thing I gotta throw in here. Is a lot of men are so oblivious to women's emotions and where they're at emotionally that they tend to hurt women all the time. And it's not just hurting, not even hurting, but you create this chaotic, herky-jerky environment that and it's like, whoa, shit. And not only that, but you're very much in your head, which brings her up into her head, which means you're teeter-tottering. It's like, okay, you know why they like low riders or, you know, race cars, they put them really low? So you can go fast around corners because you're grounded. In other words, the weight is lower to the ground. Now, if you ride a road bike or a 10-speed, the weight's really high. That's why when they go around corners, they can't like hit any kind of slippery patch or anything at all. They'll tip over really fast and you'll get hurt. So when you're up in your head, that's the same thing, and it makes women feel all heady and they're not grounded. Again, you don't have that same emotional feeling after sex of just feeling calm and grounded and relaxed. So one thing I do is I teach guys how to create this by bringing their awareness back down inside their body. Now your weight is grounded, it's close to the ground. Now you feel safe and comfortable. Now, here's the reason why there's a lot of problems in relationships. Because a guy's up in his head, it brings her up in his head. Now everyone's overthinking, thinking, and yelling and screaming, getting mad, and every little nuance is considered an offensiveness, and everyone's getting their butt hurt, and you know, all that stuff. And what happens over a period of time, women start to close up. And the relationship is struggling because now every little nuance, every little thing could be perceived as negative, and taken as an offense, and so the comfortable feeling is gone. Which is why you got into the relationship in the first place. So you have to learn how to ground yourself. So now here's the thing. When you're in your emotional system, now the nerves from your right brain go down inside your body, okay? So when your internal awareness is inside your body, it is a natural flow state. You just feel good. You have clarity. There's not this confusing think, ping pong. Like, that's gone. There's just open, relaxed, calm clarity. Haven't you ever noticed after you have an orgasm with a woman, all the stress of the day just seems to melt away and disappear, and you're just feeling good. And for a lot of men, they just go to sleep. That's how relaxing it feels for most men, because in your body, after you have an orgasm, the chemical oxytocin and a couple other ones are released into your bloodstream, and they act as relaxants. So you're in your emotional system, which is processed in the right brain, the emotional creative right brain, okay? So when you're in this state of mind, there's clarity. The emotional system is working properly. So when a woman is in this space, she feels really good, and this is her home. So she's in a really good space. She has clarity. She's emotionally grounded. Everything is good. Her system is running correctly. Now, this is why it's really important for men to take the course. At least I can teach this separately from Crack the Female Code course, is the internal awareness techniques. You can do about 10 sessions and you will get really, really good at this, okay? I'm going to teach you a series of different ways of grounding your energy emotionally, okay? Because now you're creating an environment. So you have to understand, when a woman's around you, your energy affects her. So if you're up in your head, boom, now she's up in her head going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh. In the beginning, it might be exciting and fun, but after all, she's like, hey man, my emotions are not being regulated. They're not grounded. It's like an electrical wire. If you know anything about electricity, every third, fourth, or fifth electric pole that goes up from the ground, you'll see a wire come down from the wires and go down the side of the pole and goes down into the earth. It's literally the grounding wire. So the electricity doesn't ping pong and spark all over the place and spark and cause chaos. Same thing in your home. You ever notice that when you plug something in, there's 3 holes? There's the left and right, the male and female. You plug that in, but underneath, on the bottom, there's a 3rd hole. What's that for? That literally connects to a grounding wire in your home or building that goes down into the actual earth. Because therefore, if there's any spikes, the energy grounds and it flows. So if she's not grounded, her emotional system becomes chaotic. And this is the point I'm making in this video. So here's the deal. You need to be an emotionally grounded guy. Now, all these other guys saying, if a woman pulls away and she doesn't return your text, don't call her, don't text her. This is all left brain up in your head's bullshit that's going to make her more ungrounded. This has nothing to do with what she needs. She needs to feel physically and emotionally grounded and calm, which I will teach you how to do. All these openers and lines and tips and tricks, those are all left brain processes, which will make her feel ungrounded. So here it is. When her emotional system is regulated and she's grounded, the energy flows. She has clarity. She feels calm. She feels good. She's a very feminine woman, and it feels really good when a woman is naturally in this state without even trying. So here's what happens. It's kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like a flip-flop thing. There's a word for it. I can't think of it right now. When a woman begins to open up to you emotionally, like there's this, it's almost like, in fact, I felt this last year with this young lady. I felt like she finally opened up. And I remember thinking, oh, we're in a relationship now. Like we're finally, like not just dating, we're actually together. And I felt that momentarily, and about a minute or two later, boom, she closed back up and she kind of went, like, and she looked at me, her eyes kind of popped up and like, oh shit. Well, she began to run. Because this is a scary moment for her. And this is why women want to make sure you're an emotionally grounded guy, because once she surrenders, once she opens up, she's going to be going off of your system, because she's literally going to be connected energetically. And women are very aware of this. So her emotions are going to be affected by you in a very, very powerful way throughout the relationship for the next couple months, years, even a lifetime. So now the two are becoming one, and she realizes she's going to lose her sense of identity. She's going to lose herself. Okay, this is an edit. I'm cutting back into this video. What I'm saying is she's going to connect with your emotions. It's like she's plugging into your energy. If you are not an emotionally grounded guy, it's going to take her out of her emotions, and thus it's going to bring chaos into the relationship. She's looking for you to be an emotionally grounded guy. Now most guys are like, what the hell is that? What are you talking about? Because most men aren't open to that side of their system. That's what I'll teach in my course, is how to become an emotionally grounded guy. This is the number one thing a woman is looking for in a man. This is very, very extremely attractive to a woman. If you are truly an emotionally grounded guy, she's literally going to cling to you. Why? Because one of the reasons why they're trying to find out if you're emotionally grounded is because she knows eventually her period is going to come, and that is an emotional hurricane. So while she's going through the craziness, she's looking to you for you to be the rock of Gibraltar, so she can hold on to this giant, solid, grounded rock. So now she can at least have safety. And then when she comes out of the hurricane, she can be on her own 2 feet. So to wrap this up, your emotions are going to regulate her emotions as long as you learn how to truly be emotionally grounded. This is extremely the number one most important thing a woman is looking for in a man. And you've probably never even heard this. So when a woman opens up to you emotionally, I don't mean just dating and having fun, but I mean when there's that moment, and it may, in fact, we didn't have sex, we were just laying down, cuddling next to each other, and I felt her body completely let go. And that's was like, oh, we're in a relationship now. She freaked out. And here's the thing, it's very interesting. She texted me that night when she got home. She said, I just want to let you know I'm home, safe. I locked the door. And she said, she goes, I had the best time I've had in a long time with you. I am so glad I came up and spent some time with you tonight. And she said, I can't wait to see you again. And I responded back, I think it was the next morning, said, yeah, I had a great time too. I can't wait to see you again either. Let me know when you have time to connect again. Never heard from her since. So here's what I did wrong. I didn't just wait. I actually did wait. 5 days later, she texted something briefly, and she had a problem. Something happened in her life. It was kind of a pretty big deal. I don't want to go into it now. And said she needed space. Now, over the years, I've learned whenever a woman says that, you're never going to hear from her again. Now, that's not necessarily true, but I will tell you what, I handled it wrong. I'm just going to be blunt. I was going to use the word kind of to soften it. No, I panicked. What happened to her, I wanted to personally take charge of it. I wanted to take care of it. I wanted to let her know I'm there for you. Even after she said, hey, I need some space to deal with this. I'm going to give you a hint what happened. Someone at her work drugged her and, raped her. And I didn't handle it correctly. I gave her space. I think I waited 10 days to text her, which I think was pretty good. But then I texted her again about 3 days later, say, hey, are you okay? And then I think I fought it and held off like another 5 days and texted her again. I should have said, you know what? I'm here. I'm grounded. Maybe not verbally said that, but say it in a grounded way. When we were on the phone talking about this, I got kind of all hyper and got like, oh, okay, well, who's this guy? And, let's do this. And you got to go to the police. And I just went off, and I should have just shut the fuck up. Took a couple deep breaths, because that's what a woman needs from you. She needs you to be her emotional grounding rock. In that moment, she needed someone that was grounded. And I completely let everything that I knew out the window. Here's why, because I really, really, really liked this girl and I saw potential and I thought we were going someplace, which we were, and I blew it. I completely blew it. If there was a moment in time that could have shown her this guy's going to stay calm, this guy's going to stay grounded when I need him, that was the moment, and I blew it. So I'm going to tell you what to do. This is something that I learned the most painful way ever. Is when a woman says she needs space, number one, give her all the fucking space in the universe. Give her all the time on the time universal dimensional clock of a zillion years. Just be like, okay, fine. And don't get mad, don't get angry. Just be in a very grounded, calm way. Take a deep breath. Your voice should be resonating like my voice is now, because I'm actually very grounded. Just by talking about this, I go into that emotional state. That's what I should have done. And I should have allowed her to do whatever the hell she fucking wanted without texting her every 5 days, every 7 days. So number one, you need to learn how to be a grounded individual. You know, here's the deal. Well, just teach me how to do it real quick, Mike. No, you have to practice and practice and practice. Because a moment's going to come along when this is the whole point. It's going to throw you off kilter. It's going to, whoa, what the hell? What happened? And that's what she's looking for. She's looking to see if in these times of emergency or hurt, you're going to stay grounded. See, that's why a lot of guys will just teach it to me one time, Mike. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to get so damn good at it that even during times of worry, crisis, and stress, you're the grounded rock. That's what she's looking for. That's why women like to meet men at clubs, because they're spinning lights and people are drunk and bouncing off of you. Are you staying grounded? Are you going to all hyphy up in your head? That's going to make a woman go, yep, that guy can't stay grounded under stressful times. So number one, come in, get a hold of me, and learn how to do these emotional grounding techniques. So number one, you have to stay grounded, even and especially, and that's the whole purpose of it and point of it, is during stressful times. So number one, stay grounded. Number two, when she asks for space and time to process, let her have it. In fact, act like she doesn't exist anymore. Just let her go. If she comes back, great. If not, well, that's life. Move on. And believe it or not, but that's what she's looking for. Is this guy so dependent on me that if I don't come back, he's going to freak out? So when you text her and text her and text her, guess what? She's like, yep, he's dependent on me. Got to move on to a guy who's not. Learn from my mistake. The good news is, man, do I see this with absolute clarity now. The next girl that does that pulls away, I'll text her, and this is it. You text her one time after she's texted you. That is it. No more. I'm telling you, if you text her 2 times before she texts you back, she's going to be like, yeah, this guy's needy. If you want to learn more before you take the course, I highly recommend you buy my book, Crack the Female Code. It's on sale right now, normally $60. Right now it's only $29. Better yet, if you want to get all my books, Crack the Female Code, Get the Girl, Keep the Girl, Sex Signals, and the Introduction to the Hidden Right Brain Language, which triggers her mating system. And you get a 1 hour or hour and a half consultation with me for free over the phone. Buy my ultimate package. I call it the ultimate package. It's on sale normally $250. Now it's on sale for $77 for a short period of time. Go to crackthefemalecode.com. Okay, that's it for this video, guys. Click subscribe, click the like button, go and make a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, go to crackthefemalecode.com right now and buy my book, Crack the Female Code. Alright, see you in the next video. Bye.